I went to India before Christmas, so there's a little bit of Indian stuff going on. And I'm going to make some dal. Now I've got this great lemon dal recipe which was given to me by an 11-year-old daughter of some friends. She just made it one night for dinner. Fantastic. And I want to show people that you can have really great food using simple traditional techniques. And the thing that I'm going to make first is some dal. You know that lentil stuff that, you know, everyone groans, I know. So the main course I'm doing tonight is an eclectic assembly of some traditional methods. Lamb racks, which I'll give a little bit of smoke to by doing a very traditional Indian thing with it. A dal recipe, which is basically a lentil dish. It's a lemon dal. And I'm going to put a green with it, which my grandmother always said, you've got to have your greens. So I'm going to do a spinach dish from Spain on it as well. So I've got an onion that I've slowly cooked in oil. I want to add a little bit of garlic to that. I want to toast some cumin seeds in here. So they're now ready, so they can go in there as well. Give it a stir up. The slower you cook those onions, the better this dish is going to taste. And the other things I want in there are some mustard seeds, yellow mustard seeds, they go in there, turmeric, brown cumin, so there's a little bit of cumin going on in this. Give it a good stir up. I'm going to turn that down because what this thing has in it, and it must be where I'm up to next, is, this has a whole lemon in it, which has been well washed. Yeah, I know, and you cook it and it doesn't taste like a whole lemon. It just has this beautiful, slightly marmalade-y lemon flavour. It's really good. Right, lemon, that all goes in there as well. And these are those little split peeled orange lentils that I've never really worked out what you do with. So there's about a cup and a half of those, so those go in there. A tablespoon of tomato paste, some water. Soy sauce goes in there. It'll just simmer away there nicely for about half an hour until you've got this rather thick, porridgey, aromatic dal. And I'm only doing one lamb rack. Obviously the recipe says for 3. So a little bit of garlic on that, a little bit of oil and some black pepper. Plenty of pepper. And sort of just give that a bit of a slop around. You can get the lamb ready like this, sort of do it the night before. It'll taste really good by the time you've sort of turned that down. Okay. The other thing I want to get on is, my grandmother always said that you've got to have 3 things in every meal. Starch, protein and greens. So that's what you're getting. Alright, it's a full meal. Okay? And I'm going to serve it on a platter, you know, to show you that at home I'd just put the whole lot on the table and say dig in, there you go. Alright? While I'm waiting for that lamb pan to get hot, I'm going to start doing the spinach recipe because that's also another fried onion which needs to be done really slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons of olive oil, a chopped onion. I'm going to put this lamb in here without any more ado and get that. Yeah, it's pretty hot, isn't it? Cajun style. You know. We'll be fine, really. Look at that, browned immediately. That's what we like. Good. And that's going in the oven for about, I don't know, 5 minutes. Somebody, you'll tell me, won't you? 5 minutes? Thank you, sir. Good. I'm going to fry this onion in this other pot because I want to do the Catalan spinach. And I'm lucky enough to have some, that dal is never going to be ready by the time you need it. So I happen to have one we made earlier, which is always rather good. So we'll put that into there. And I'm going to get that hot. I'm going to have a look at this lamb in the oven, which it's looking pretty good. Turn that over. Just get that. I just want to brown the other side of that. Okay. And turn that on. And this could just about possibly work, I think. This one, we'll just take to one side because it's never going to be cooked by the time you need it. Okay. So I'm heating up the dal that's cooked, I'm getting the spinach ready, and over here I've got this lamb rack. Now I've called this a smoked lamb rack And one of the places I went in India last year was Rajasthan. What they do in Rajasthan, I've done this before, I've been to India before, but I've seen them do this. They'll cook a meat dish, okay, and then they'll have in a rather deepish pot, and then they'll get a metal bowl and they'll put some charcoal in it and some spices or whatever, and they'll stick it on the fire. It starts to smoke like crazy. Well, I'm going to do it slightly different because I'm going to use manuka wood chips and some cloves. And what you do is you cook the lamb, not too cooked. You lift up the lid, you get that thing burning, and you put it into the into the pot with the lamb racks, and you jam the lid on, and you leave it for about 7 minutes, and you just get this lovely sort of perfume of smoke through the lamb. You end up with a rather nice smoked lamb flavour, which is rather good. And all you do with the spinach is, this is spinach that's just been washed, you throw the spinach in there, into the apricots and onions, you stir it up until it wilts and it's ready. The only other thing that's got to go in there is some roasted pine nuts. And that's the spinach. If I was going to serve this at home, this is possibly the way I'd do it. I thought it would be nice to do this like I do it at home and do it on a platter that I can put down on the table with everything that you need for the meal on the platter, and that's what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to present it. And I can take the lamb out now. So we'll get rid of that. I've got some white wine. If I was going to serve this at home, this is how I would do it. I'd start off with some dal on the plate, possibly a little like what you're already eating. And then all you do is serve this with the jus spooned over the top. So that's the main course, which you've eaten. So what I've done is I've taken things that I know, I've taken that from there and this from there. I've done what Kiwi chefs do. We're eclectic. We don't have a rigid national cuisine of our own. So what I've done is I've taken basically other people's ideas, twisted them the way I like them, and used our stuff to do it.